Easter for a Muslim? How do we understand this holiday? How do we understand the Friday that we take off and the Monday that we take off? We're in the Friday. What is the origin of Easter? It is a Christian holiday, celebrated in the month of either March or April, every year. The reason the date of Easter is not set is because it's based on the lunar calendar. Just like the Muslims. Ramadan. Eggs are decorated. Why? Do you know? During the time of Easter, Christians were not allowed to eat eggs. Easter eggs made out of chocolate represent the rebirth and the new life of Isa ibn Maryam. They represent, an egg represents the tomb from which Isa ibn Maryam became resurrected. That is why eggs are not to be eaten by Christians. Why is Easter celebrated? Pagans, or people who were not Christians and Jews, the atheists of that time, they used to celebrate it as a holiday for the beginning of spring. That's it. Christians celebrate Easter as early as the 2nd century as a holiday to remember their belief of what? Isa ibn Maryam dying. A God dying. Christians continue to celebrate Easter for this reason. Up until today. This is what Easter is about. Did Isa ibn Maryam die on the cross? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly states the truth regarding this in the Quran. What does he say? وَقَوْلِهِمْ إِنَّا قَتَلْنَا الْمَسِيحَ عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ Rasulullah وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُمْ وَإِنَّ الَّذِينَ اخْتَلَفُوا فِيهِ لَفِي شَكٍّ مِّنْهُ مَا لَهُمْ بِهِ مِنْ عِلْمٍ إِلَّا اتِّبَاعَ الظَّنِّ وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ يَقِينًا Subhanallah. بَلْ رَفَعُ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا Simple. They neither killed nor crucified him, Isa ibn Maryam. It was only made to appear to them. Even those who argue the crucifixion are in the wrong. They have no knowledge whatsoever. Only making assumptions. They certainly did not kill him. Rather, Allah raised Isa ibn Maryam to the heavens. And He paused his life. Isa ibn Maryam is currently living in the heavens. His lifespan has been paused. Allah created time, He can do whatever He wants. He will come back to earth on the Day of Judgment and His time will be continued. He will be resurrected with us on the Day of Judgment. He will live out the remainder of His life. Now the tafsir experts, what do they mention about this verse? Ya Isa inni mutawaffika wa rafi'ak. Isa, I am to take you in full and lift you towards me. 355. Which actually appears in Surah Al-Imran. Allah Almighty made 5 promises in connection to this in foiling the plans of the Jews. The Jews are happy that they're killing a prophet. Subhanallah. One of the protections that He gave to Isa ibn Maryam is that I will not let them harm you. The Jews will not have their way with you, Isa ibn Maryam, I promise you. Allah said this. Instead, Allah will lift him up to Him. In Surah An-Nisa, which is the verses that I recited, it's made clear. They did not kill or crucify him. So what happened? Rather, what actually happened was that they were deluded by the resemblance of someone else. Now, while explaining these words, وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُمْ, what does it mean? They were deluded by him. There's a master exegete and a tafsir expert, Dahak. This appears in Qurtubi, the book. It happened that following the intentions of the Jews to kill Isa ibn Maryam, his disciples assembled in a given place. They were in a house. Isa ibn Maryam and his followers. Iblis himself came down and he gave the address to the Jews and the execution squad, go and kill Isa ibn Maryam. 4,000 men surrounded the house where Isa ibn Maryam and his disciples were. He said to his disciples, is one of you willing to go out and be killed? And then you will be in paradise with me like this. One of them said, I volunteer. Isa ibn Maryam gave him a shirt and he gave him his head covering. Then he cast on him the resemblance of Isa just in his face. As soon as he came out of the house, the Jews believed him to be Jesus. They caught him, crucified him, and Sayyidina Isa himself was lifted up to the heavens. This is what happened. This is one report, by the way. There are many reports of the tafsir experts. Without going into detail, there is room for whichever situation actually happened. The Quran has not determined exactly what happened. So what do we believe? The historical reports may not be accurate. So Allah alone knows what really happens that day. However, this sentence of the Holy Quran, seen with other exegetes, reports, tafsir, yields one common factor, that the Jews and the Christians were subjected to compelling delusion. They thought it was Isa ibn Maryam. But this remained hidden from them. They advanced all sorts of claims because they killed a prophet. And according to some, they killed a god. This is not what the Holy Quran is saying. وَإِنَّ الَّذِينَ اخْتَلَفُوا فِيهِ لَفِي شَكٍّ مِّنْهُ مَا لَهُمْ بِهِ مِنْ عِلْمٍ إِلَّا اتِّبَاعَ الظَّنِّ وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ يَقِينًا. And those who dispute this matter are certainly in doubt about it. They have no knowledge about it. And they follow their whims. This means what? They don't actually have certain knowledge about who died. The diverse claims that they put forward that we killed Jesus Christ. He died? It is based on doubt. The truth of the matter is what? They certainly did not kill Isa ibn Maryam. That's the truth. Rather, Allah lifted him to the heavens. Now, according to their historical reports, after the person that died on the cross came down, they looked at the body. He looked like Isa in the face. But they said that the rest of his body is not Isa. We've killed our own man. They are saying this. The man we put to death resembles Isa ibn Maryam in his face. But he doesn't resemble him in the rest of his body. The man that we killed, if he's Isa ibn Maryam, where then is the other man? And if this is our man, where then is Isa ibn Maryam? What does this tell you? They're confused themselves. Once they took him down and they looked at the dead body. This is one of the earlier reports. Verse 158. Part of it refers to this. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا. And this is where we finish today. Allah is almighty and all-wise. This is a significant message for all of us Muslims. The planning of the Jews to kill Isa ibn Maryam was insignificant against the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He took it upon himself, I will protect Isa ibn Maryam. Might and mastery are only belonging to Allah if materialists, in their single track isolation, remain incapable of understanding how can Isa ibn Maryam be lifted to the heavens, and you happen to be a Muslim. That is your limitation. Allah has no limits. He is the all-wise. He knows everything. He does everything, and He does as He wishes. So, this is the aqidah of the Muslims about Easter. This holiday. Make it clear in your minds. Finally, another question that arises, and this is where we will finish. Can Isa ibn Maryam have died for the sins of other people? Christians, they believe that Isa died on the cross. The news of sacrifice to God. Christians believe that Allah has forgiven all the sins of humanity as a result of the sacrifice of His Son, Isa ibn Maryam. Muslims believe that for a person to sacrifice himself to forgive someone else, this is injustice, unfair. That is the difference between our aqidah and their aqidah. And of course, the difference of this 3-in-1 God. We don't believe in the 3-in-1 God. We believe in one single God, which is Allah. That's it. For Muslims, we do not celebrate Christmas. We do not celebrate Easter. We do not admit to the belief of Isa ibn Maryam died on the cross and then He was resurrected. He came back to life. We respect other people's holidays. We respect other people's religions. But that does not mean that we need to participate in them. We appreciate the holiday that's there. We love it. There's a free day on Friday and a free day on Monday. Beautiful. Spend time with your family. We do a longer khutbah on Easter every year. Why? Because of this. The whole library, there's no one here. Now, so inshallah, celebrate in this manner. in the manner that Allah says. And we have something better than it, which is Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. We just finished Eid al-Fitr and we're going to get Eid al-Adha. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi.